This is Time Warner Cable's Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance. We are joined today by Dr. Jonathan Reed. He is the Provost at the University of Laverne, which is where?
In Laverne, Southern California.
Yet I see signs elsewhere, so give us a sense of your sprawling campus. I say that with all the love it's intended.
That's right. We have a main campus in Laverne, primarily traditional age undergraduates and graduate students. It's about 3,000 traditional age undergraduates. But across Southern California, we have 10 other campuses, including a College of Law in Ontario, with over 3,000 students.
And many of those satellites, if we can call them that, focus on graduate programs, like you said, lifelong learners.
Exactly. Graduate students in professional programs and also adult learners who are returning to complete their degrees.
I know that you are working on a conference known as Latino Education Access and Development Conference. Let's talk about Latino education and the conference more generally. Tell us about it.
Well, the University of Laverne is a federally designated Hispanic serving institution.
Which means?
Which means that we have a minimum 25% Hispanics. In fact, the University of Laverne is almost 50% Hispanic in our population. And of course, the region that we serve, inland Southern California, is also about 50% Hispanic.
Right.
So even though we're a private university, we very much have what I would consider a public mission, which is to serve the region. And so serving Latinos, making sure we do it right, is very important to the University of Laverne.
And let's talk about your private status, because I think there's a perception that private universities, private colleges are unattainable for those of modest incomes. I have learned that is not the case. Right.
Certainly not the case with the University of Laverne. If you think about our mission, we want to provide broad access to transformative learning experiences that lead to career success and life success. And that's one of the reasons that we do focus on Latino students, because part of our goal is not just to help Latinos, but also to help the region.
Right.
If we can provide an education to Latino students in the region, we help them with social mobility, we help their families, we help their communities, and we help all of us, whether we're Latino or not.
But when you think about the cost, again, I think there's this perception that private schools are so expensive that someone of modest income could not afford it. But yet, when you consider financial aid and the access to financial aid at a private institution versus a public institution, the numbers can be quite appealing.
That's right. We're a low-end tuition of the privates, and we provide more financial aid than most privates. So the actual cost of attendance, if you're going for a 4-year degree, is comparable to a Cal State. And you can typically get out in 4 years rather than 5 or 6.
Right, because we know that, it's getting better at the public institutions, but there had been some sections that were eliminated at some of your sister institutions on the public end, and so tell us more about Latinos and higher education. The numbers are more promising than they were if we were talking 10 or 20 years ago, but we still have a ways to go. Is that fair?
We have a ways to go, but there's been a lot of progress. Hispanic dropout rates have been decreasing over the past 20 years. And now, in fact, they're at the level of African Americans, Asian, and Anglos. So they're comparable
good. So
to
it's
them.
where we are.
Also, Latinos place an incredible value on education, especially kids of immigrants, first and second generation. In the last presidential campaign, Latinos, the #1 issue that they were concerned about was education. And they see education as a vehicle for success and social mobility. And it's the key driver to the economy in a region like ours.
His name is Dr. Jonathan Reed. He is the Provost at the University of Laverne. My name is Brad Pomerance. I want to thank you so much for joining us on Time Warner Cable's Local Edition.